It's best for Tom Brady to retire. And I say this not because he's not great still. I say this because I'm always pro-retirement. Sell as somebody who retired and has had a much better career post-NFL career, I'm always like, y'all, if y'all can get out once you've gotten yours, get out. Like, everybody assumes that the one room that they're in is the best room they can ever be in. But imagine if you open the door and then you expand your mind to a whole nother world of greatness. Tom Brady, you won 7 Super Bowls. You've been to God knows how many. You won a Super Bowl in the AFC. You won a Super Bowl in the NFC. You have one less playoff win versus NFC teams than Aaron Rodgers does. And you played your whole career in the AFC. What else you got to do, Tom Brady? What else do you have to accomplish, Tom Brady? What else do you have to prove, Tom Brady? You've proven everything. You got nothing left to play for except simply the love of the game. But that's when I would challenge Tom Brady like I would challenge all of us. We have other passions. We just have to explore those other passions. You have a clothing line, you got TB12, you have a production company. You have so many different things going for you, and yet you still sitting here playing. If I'm Tom Brady, I would step away from the game because you have nothing left to prove. You have nothing left to accomplish. Go ahead and step away and continue to be great in a variety and a multitude of fields.
No disagreement from me, except I say everything that you would say. I echo that, but come back. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, talk to me.
Why end playing a child's game? Basically, why grow up? It's a child's game, and football doesn't retire you. I think there's a misnomer out there that football retires you. No, you know what does? Life. I'm going to tell you why life retires you, especially Tom Brady already alluded to it in his response. He's out of balance right now. Tom Brady is out of balance. Tom Brady right now is bigger to the world than he's available for his family. He's bigger to us, TB12 and my mask and all this gift care and all these, like TB12. He's bigger on the outside than he's available on the inside, especially emotionally. Let's talk about real situations, real scenarios. When you're walking around the house as an active football player, let alone the GOAT, your mind may be elsewhere, even though your body physically is present in the home. So Tom Brady, who knows he has to get to his film study, knows he has to get to his preparation, knows he has to get to Alex Guerrero and do his physical repairs, everything. And then he's playing with his kids. He's just hanging out with the kids. But his mind has to be elsewhere for 6 of the months of the year. He's not emotionally available, not present. He's not thinking about the Legos in front of him. He's thinking about the plays he got to run on Sunday. So now this is his time to figure out that balance. This is his time to invest in his family so that they can feel as big as he feels to us on the outside as TB12. I think that's the conversation. When the real world, like you're saying, when the real world is like, there are other opportunities, there's other things for you. Of course, Tom Brady's going to be successful post-career. But right now, why give up one career to hurry up and rush to that other career? He may win the MVP this year. Not likely, but may. Why leave right then? Don't give it up that fast. It's still a child's game.
Here's why I'm retiring if I'm Tom Brady. I'm retiring for this reason and this reason only. Let me leave on my time. I want to depart from the game. I do not want the game to depart from me. If you're Tom Brady, you can leave right here, right now, as either an MVP or an MVP runner-up, someone who got MVP votes. You can leave on a high. I went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I won a Super Bowl. I went to the playoffs, had an incredible season, won the NFC South. I can depart on a high. Conversely, somehow, some way you can depart on a low. We don't foresee it happen. It happens rarely. But Tom Brady, God forbid you get injured, something bad happens. So many NFL players fear the unknown and fear departing. That's why they stay into it. Tom Brady is not like so many other NFL players, but it's better that Tom Brady, you say no to the NFL than the NFL say no to you. Let me personalize it for a moment.
There we go.
True story, true story, true story. I got done with the NFL after 2015. I broke my thumb trying to force a fumble on Darren Sproles. 4 years in the NFL, vested, pension, annuity, you got all the benefits. I was like, I'm good. But I was like, do I want to keep playing? Do I want to keep playing? No, Acho, you got all the benefits. You'll never be a Pro Bowler. You'll never be a Hall of Famer. You're good. One thing happened to me one day, August 5th, 2016. I got a message from the Buffalo Bills. That's the screenshot right there. I still have this text message. It is the first text message in my phone. And I kept it because a Buffalo Bills scout texted me at, y'all can see the time, 11:01 p.m. And then he texts me again at 7:50 a.m. the next morning. And he says, hey, Emmanuel, what's going on? This is so-and-so from the Buffalo Bills. Are you up? I don't respond. He texts me again, hit me up so we can get you a flight to Buffalo for a tryout today. I don't respond. I call my agent. I said, I'm done. The reason I still retain that text message to this day is because over the course of my early retirement years from the NFL, I always wanted to remind myself I said no to the game. The game did not say no to me, at least for the sake of mental sanity, mental clarity, and full conviction in moving on to my next journey. Tom Brady, go ahead and say no to the game. The game is clearly not going to say no to you, Tom Brady. Yeah. You can play for as long as you want to, as long as your body allows. But for the sake of your transition, for your mental sanity, your mental clarity, go ahead and say no to the game and forever remember you left a year departed from winning a Super Bowl and you left a year you got MVP votes and you left on a high.
Woo, tremendous. Golly. Both things can be right. Let me push back on that because I think Tom Brady is addicted to the love of football. Like, just he loves football. I mean, his accomplishment says he must. And I think a lot of time for us players, normal, human, mortal players, sometimes it's a fear of falling off, like not being that same player. So that makes your decisions for you more so than your love of football, the fear of falling off. I hear that a lot of times when we talk about these greats, like, oh, get out before we start thinking different of you. And it's like, that's not why I play in the first place if I'm Tom Brady. That's my only pushback, but I hear you. I used to say the same thing in the locker room when I was done in my 10th year. I'll say, look, dog, I got some highlights in front of me as well. That whole locker room thinking the highlights are behind them. I'm like, nah, dog, some are in front of me, and obviously I'm going to go in pursuit of them. Here's the thing. Let's talk about what Tom Brady is dealing with. And this is why I want to see him come back, but first he has to get the proper balance emotionally with himself and his family. I had lunch one time, random occurrence. Neil deGrasse Tyson, you heard of him?
Of course, astrophysicist from Texas.
Okay. Oh, he's from Texas?
Yeah, one of my favorites. He went to the University of Texas.
Oh, okay.
I got a quote for you from him, but keep going.
Okay. Well, this was an amazing. I had met him before. He's been on my shows before. You know, I've been in the game for like 20, 30 years. So anyway, we said, hey, have lunch. My wife was there as well. And he broke something down to me that was really interesting in terms of a dynamic that we all laugh at and clown. Why do parents always take pictures of their kids and, more importantly, want to share them? And it's going to loop back to Tom Brady, but I thought this was amazing. He said, you know why parents always take pictures of their kids? And I was like, dog, I'm really trying to figure it out myself, because I do it too, but I'm like just addicted to doing it. He's like, it's because you know deep down that your kid will never be that young again. Take a picture, MJ. That's it. Forever frozen in time, that young again. Take another picture. That's it. He said, every time you take that picture and share it, all you're really telling yourself is, wow, that moment will never be back again, and that's the youngest my child will ever be. You try to hold on to him because you don't want him to grow up. Let's bring that to Tom Brady. Why is he still playing? Why should he still playing? Because he doesn't want to let go of something he can't ever do again. He wants this game to always be his, just like I want MJ to always be little. And it's not going to happen. So why give it up when you don't have to give it up? Just because you take a notch back or step back in terms of legacy, forget that, man. I'm still a kid out here playing.
Don't cry on me, Sal. Don't cry. I felt
you already know. Yeah, you already know. If MJ turns 7, I'm crying.